Hi guys, and welcome back here to the realm, and today we're going to be carrying on our card game, right? And right now we have this card and we just need to figure out now the type of the card. So I am just gonna, for the sake of this, I'm just gonna delete this box because I think it doesn't look great, and I'm just gonna add another one of those, right? So I'm just gonna duplicate that. It's gonna be like the card type kind of vibe, and usually we can probably add, maybe we can add it here, right? Something like that. And this is gonna be called card type, perfect. And if it's like attack, damage, or whatever, what we need to do here is that we need to display how does that gonna work, right? So for that, what I can actually use, I can do box. So we're gonna use a horizontal box. I'm gonna add a horizontal box here, and we're gonna have an image, and then we're gonna have a text, right? And then I'm gonna wrap this with a scale box, and then everything will be aligned perfectly. Nice, we can align right there, and then I'm gonna explain what that is going to be in a second. And now, for example, this is gonna be like 10, you know. And then what we can do is that we can align this here and fill, I guess, auto is fine, and the image we can align that fill, I guess, because of this stretch. There we go. Yeah, perfect. And now we can just make it them. Can make it them a little bit smaller, I guess. This one. Yes. So like it's like if he's an icon there, I'm not entirely sure what's gonna be. So there we go. We have our card. Very simple. There's many assets that sell nice graphics for those cards, so you can actually use them. But right now, let's just skip with this. Okay, now let's start with the card information load and how we're gonna pass this and how we're gonna load this. So right now, I don't have a way of controlling which card I'm loading from because I don't know which characters the turn is, right? So for example, my idea is that if I'm playing with a mage, then the mage has his set of cards. If I'm playing with the druid, then the druid has a set of cards, and so on and so forward, right? But we don't have that yet. So what we're gonna do here is that basically we're gonna load all the cards just for testing, and then after, when we start to play this for real, we can actually make this list a little bit more reliable. So the first thing we need to do is that we are gonna basically on the construct get data table, right? And the one we need to search for is DT cards. Actually, get data table row names. Yes, that's the one we need to do. Sorry. Now we have this. We're gonna do a for each loop, okay? And you're gonna get the card, and basically you're gonna promote to a variable called cards. This is going to be our array. Change variable type. Make sure you expose that on spawn, because this is going to be the cards that you're going to actually load on the UI. And in here we're going to add, I don't think we need to add a nick. It can be repeated. So we're going to do that. Perfect. Now you do that loop. And then basically, we need to, I mean, as we are doing the loop, to be honest, at least for this part, let's just do in the most, it's not very optimal, but we don't need to worry about this right now because we don't know where the data is coming from yet. So we're going to load these cards, and basically we're going to create widget, right? And then one's going to be WBP card. Now, here's the thing, on the card, go back to the graph, let's go back here, SD card, and it's gonna be SD card. Make sure expose on spawn. Compile and save, go back to here. Refresh. Refresh nodes, and you apply the card right here. And then the next thing you need to do is they select the card list. Oh yeah, it's not a variable. Let's just make sure the card list is a variable. You add it, and we're gonna add child, right? And then the child's gonna be this card, right? Now one thing I would like to do here is, I think that's fine. The only thing missing there is that you clear the children on the complete. And I'm gonna explain it later on, but we're gonna basically just reuse this method a lot of times to reload all this data, and we may want to clear all this stuff. So let's just review this. We get all the items, we get information about them, we add to the cards, clear all the child, we do a loop, create the widget, you add the widget here. Now if I press play, I should still have 5, right? Now, the tricky thing is that now, I'm just gonna delete all these items here. They still look good, actually. Looks quite good. Now we need to dynamically assign the name, the title, and all that stuff. So on the card here, on the event construct, we always have this, right? So because we have that, what we can do, first of all, card title, and we're gonna set it right here. Set text. Now the next thing we are gonna do is that we're gonna break, add it right there. Okay. Now just by doing this, look at the name of the cards: dagger, poison, healing. Already everything it's working properly. Now we just need to change the icon. So the icon is very easy to do as well. Click on it. Go back. Set texture, and that's it. And now the next thing, you're just gonna apply texture right here. Actually, it's texture 2D. Okay, I had this mistake, but I wasn't sure if it was the wrong one. But anyway, just go back to texture 2D and assign this one. Save. Now the list is probably, no, list is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we have all this stuff. Perfect. Now on the card box here, we just assigning the icon there, compile and save. And now look at that: sword, shield, dagger, poison, healing. Perfect. Now we do have a category though, which is basically icon for tank, fighter, druid, and wizard, right? So let's just go back here and let's just call this class icons. What you can do is, like, man, I don't know if it's gonna work, but D&D class icons. D&D class icons. So you can kind of use something like that. I'm not sure if it's, can I download this for free? Probably not. But in this case, it's just gonna go here and let's search for tank. To be honest, that looks quite cool, but we do need damage, shield, and healing. Okay, so let's search for damage. And then we can do healing. And which was the next one? Shield. We can do this PNG. I'm gonna explain in a second, guys, what I'm doing here. So basically, when I'm gonna get this, drag and drop, then, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, Windows, why you did that? Right, so we added in here. Now we have the type, so for druid, fight, whatever. So the next thing we need to do is that we go back to the card itself, right? And we need to get break, sorry. and we have the type. Now, this one, the image, is the class or the card function type. All right. Now the card function type needs to we need to set the icon dynamic. So set texture. So texture here. So we're gonna apply this. And here's where the engine is quite cool. So instead of creating a bunch of if and else, what you can do is you do a select and you do on type. So for example, for tank, we have the damage, right? And if he's a druid, we have this. And if he's a wizard, I mean, I don't have one for wizard, but I'm just gonna leave this one here, right? And basically, what we did here is that we based on the card type. So if I go back to the card type, right? So the fighter always have this here. So now what we can do is that we are setting up this card function amount. We can copy that, make sure it's a variable. And I'm just gonna basically set text, right? And we're gonna do a select, very much. And then we can actually do something like, to be honest, this one needs to be a little bit better because we need to do things in a better way. But because we have different things, right? Like damage, shield, and healing, right? So the card, it's always one or the other. It can't be either of them. It has to be healing, but it has to be damage and so on and so forth. So we don't know, like a fighter card could have a healing or not, right? So what we can actually do here, I think we're gonna have to rethink how we're doing this on the card. It's a different thing. So we have the card title, the card type. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a card type, select, sorry, set text, right? Here. And we're gonna do the type to string, actually. Now instead of doing that, we don't need this, we don't need to worry about this right now, because oh, I deleted that by mistake, sorry. Yeah, just gonna delete this. I'm gonna tell you why we don't need to worry about this. Because we need to check if the damage is empty, if the shield is empty, and so on and so forth. So we are gonna start always by checking if the damage is greater or equal than, actually in this case, just do greater than 0. And you're gonna create a branch, right? So we're gonna create a branch, true. If it's true, then you just basically set the text right there. And we're gonna get the function type, paste it, and we're gonna set texture here. And on that case, we do need, unfortunately, to do manually, but that's okay. It's not a big problem, right? Perfect. Nice. Now, if this is false, right, we need to basically do another if and else. And we need to basically check, is the shield greater than 0? And if it's true, we do more or less the same. So we add it here. And, oh, sorry, by mistake, we added the shield right there. Perfect. Now, let's just focus on make this working, and then after we can make a better UI for this. I know it's a little bit overwhelming, but after we can make it really nice. Let's just make this work. And the last one we want to check is the healing. Here. Copy and paste right there. Perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is the healing part right here. And we just need like the healing shield. Perfect. Now we can delete that. And if I press play, the cards, they should display correctly. You see, they all have different icons. So this one gives you health. This one doesn't do anything. You see, now we have to fix this problem of the drag and drop. And I know this video is getting a little bit quite big. So let's just fix this one. So when we start to do this one, the mouse, what is it, on drag and drop detect, this one, here if I do a refresh, we need to pass the SD card, this one, and that's it. It already brings the right card for us. And that's it, guys. That's how you basically do the cards. Now, of course, this is not the best design. There's a lot of work to do here to make this into a proper game, but this will get you the base idea to implement your game. Now, what we can do here in the next episode is that we can basically start to look at which characters we can target, because we're going to have to create like a turn structure, a timer, when you click on the character, display the health and all that stuff. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.